Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing off Season 7 of the Clone Wars customs. Now I didn't really grow up with Clone Wars, but I did go back and watch it so I can have some sort of context for what's going on, so yeah. Let's get into the customs. I have Bo-Katan, Jesse, Rex, Ahsoka Tano, Echo, Maul, and Gar Saxon. And hold on. Yeah, let's get into this. Alright, so Season 7 Ahsoka, I made her in her little Mandalorian outfit, I guess. Because I'm not doing that weird little, engineer suit, whatever it is. I don't really care for it, because I honestly hated those episodes with the sisters, because they were just really annoying, in my opinion. But with all the other episodes, they were good. But with Ahsoka, I'm going to show off the lightsaber. They're just normal lightsabers because I don't really sculpt lightsabers all that much. I'm not good at tiny details like that. But I did order some Ahsoka hilts from Firestar Toys along with a Ahsoka head. I might paint the eyes black because I don't like blue eyes, if I'm being honest with you. I'm not that big of a fan of like colored eyes. But with this, I actually cut off one. I actually made one shorter, while the other one's just the same length. And I also did the darker blue. I like the way that looks. But with Ahsoka, let's get the head out the way real quick. The head is just the MJ head from Far From Home. I just painted it orange and with the white markings. But the head tails piece, on the other hand, it is just the original Ahsoka head tails. I'm going to call it head tails because I don't really know what to call it. But it's just the original. Just all I did is I sculpted on the extensions to the top. I sanded off the little sand green triangle things. I don't know, I think that's meant to be like jewelry or something. And I sculpted on a little bit of a longer extension to the bottom tails because it's not too terribly long like Legos where they just use a Shock T headpiece, which it really doesn't fit. And I also made the little headband thing a little too high up, so now it looks like she has a really big forehead. And again, I have one too, so who cares? But with the back, I forgot to do this detail, so I actually kind of rushed it a little bit. But I extended it down, and I also did like this weird little tail thing. It kind of looks like a fish fin. I don't know why. Like something that you take them off of, like a fish that someone in 2nd grade drew. But I painted it in a darker blue because that's the only type of dark blue I really have. While this is just, I'm just keeping this normal because I'm doing the other Ahsokas. So that means like the older one, like the oldest, the adult, along with the other two from the movie and the other seasons. But with this, I sculpted on the headband with Procreate Putty. I use that, but I might switch over the green stuff because I think you get more from green stuff. Let me grab a toothpick. It's a lot easier to point with that. But with this, I actually took like some yellow paint, and I painted on the little yellow parts of it, and just little small details. And I also had to like paint on this part because I don't really know how to get this to look like it's an indentation. That's what it is. It's meant to be like a little indentation in it, but I couldn't really get that to look like that just from the front, so I just painted on the black stuff, just some black paint to represent it. But I do have all the markings on the head, on the headpiece, whatever. But yeah, now let's move on to the torso. The torso is it's very simple. The torso on Ahsoka is just very simple. Torso, because, I don't know, it's not really that detailed in the show. It's just kind of like this little necklace thing. I don't know if that's a necklace or not. But I did paint on the orange right here. I didn't paint on the neck, because I don't really like to paint on necks all that much. It's a little difficult, I guess. But there is negative space. You can't exactly see it, because it kind of blends in with the dark blue, I guess. But you can see it a bit. But I also did paint on kind of like the skirt piece, I think. Kind of going up her torso as well. And I didn't really do any back detailing. I don't really know what the back looks like because I can't get good screenshots. But the Mandalorian gauntlets, on the other hand, are 3D. I probably should have made them a lot thinner, like a lot less bubbly, I guess. So I might go back, fix that, because I'm going to do an update of this figure whenever I actually get the head and the hilts. But I did paint on the strap that's actually holding on to the Mandalorian gauntlets. But the dress, on the other hand, the skirt piece is actually 2 pieces. I also gave her just gray hands. I don't like to paint on hands because it gets scratched off. But here, let's just show off the legs real quick. They're very simple. Just kind of like some silver boots. But I don't think they're like this in the show, so I might go back and fix that as well. She also has a little knee pads and the strap holding them together along with the brown part of the shoe showing, I guess, like the sole. But these are actually 2 pieces. I found this 1 piece on Bricklink, and I thought that would work really well for Ahsoka. And I just bought it. Now, like I said, no back detailing because I don't really do back detailing because I can't really get good shots. But with this, I actually cut in like a little triangle, I guess. And I sculpted on a little belt buckle. I'm going to grab the toothpick again. But I also painted on the little black lines because there are little black lines on the darker gray part. And I also made like a light gray outline. And I kind of painted on some of the dark blue on the front. But that's that. Well, for this, I don't know what this is meant to represent. I don't know what this symbol is supposed to be. But I don't know, maybe someone can tell me because I'm not that into like Star Wars lore. I don't remember every single little detail. But like I said, no back detailing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Ahsoka. So let's see how fast I can actually do this. Because it's a little difficult to work with, I guess. But I think it's about time that we move on to another one. I think we should move on to Captain Rex. Where's the head tails piece? Here it is. Let's move on to Rex. Here's Rex. Now, let's start off with the helmet. By the way, angry clone face. Because the new sets got delayed. And I kind of like this expression. I don't know, it kind of fits with the show. But with this Rex head, helmet, Legos doesn't have like a little holes in the sides where you can attach these things, so I just glued it on the side of this helmet. I think this used to be a gray helmet. No, it used to be a different one. But with this one, I painted the visor, and then I painted the blue to sort of represent the 501st. Painted a little mouth piece. I think that's what they meant to represent. Painted on like some shading in the cheeks, along with the little very, very dark gray sort of piece that's in there. I don't know what that's meant to represent. I also don't know what these little lines right here on the side of the helmets are meant to represent. So if someone could tell me about that, that'd be great. But I do know what these lines represent. That's all the, I think, droids they have killed. I didn't make all the markings because that would get a little tedious. I also painted these little blue stripe things he has. Still don't know what that's called, but then again, like I said, not too into Star Wars lore. But moving on to the actual figure itself, let me just put on the helmet, I guess. I mean, I'm probably going to take off the helmet and the head anyways. But with this, I actually painted on, well, not painted on, I actually made the shoulder pauldron out of like a little, let me show you. It's like a little dark red. So I think it was on another clone. I just kind of trimmed it up to make it not so long. There goes the head rolling off. But with the torso, keeps falling over, dang dude. I painted on the torso instead of just using like a simple clone torso. So, I kind of did that because I didn't really have any. So, I mean, for my Wolf custom, I do have that. So, it's a simple way, you know. But with this, I actually painted on that little pauldron piece he has with the little, I don't know, little case thing he has. Keep getting notifications on Discord. I also gave him some shoulder pads by using more Procreate putty. Like I said, I might switch over to green stuff. I didn't give him elbow pads because I honestly forgot to do that. So I might go back. I also give him the blue streak going down because he does have that along with the knee pads. Well, on the knee pads as well. Moving on to the legs though, with this little, I don't know. It's like a little skirt piece, I guess. But I did paint on the blue. Yeah. Now, people may have complaints about me not using the black hips, but I really don't care. I kind of like the white hips a little better. But I need to paint on this again. Keeps scratching off, and it's really starting to annoy me. But I did a like little gray lines to sort of show more definition, I guess. And along with the knee pads that they aren't like fully blue or just like a little blue streak going down and then back up. No, it's just a blue streak going down. I looked at images, trust me. Gave him a little toe detailing along with the black bottom part, like the black sole of the foot. But yeah, that's Rex. I'm just not even going to try and assemble him. I'll do that for later. Let's move on to Jesse. Now for Jesse, let's start off with the helmet. And still, Angry Clone Head, because like I said, these sets got delayed. Alright, but with this version of Jesse, I painted on the Republic symbol, which looks like a starfish having a seizure, kind of like spinning around, I guess. But I had like problems with this one, because either that these lines are a little too close to each other, or too thick, and I tried to thin it out. On this side it looks a little better, while on the other side it just kind of looks a little too chunky, I guess. A little too thick. But I will go back and fix that, and I'll try my best. But for some odd reason, in my opinion, every single clone just looks really disappointed with each other. Like, just give them that blank stare, just really disappointed. But majority of the helmet is blue, so I had to paint that all blue. I thought this was blue as well, like, after the Republic symbol, I thought the fin was blue, but no, it's white. And there's a little white dot at the back. I was able to get that shot. But he also has the little dark blue streak going across the helmet, along with the cheeks. And still, those lines I don't understand, and the blue streak going down the middle. I did actually switch over to like a pearl, like a dark gray. This right here, to do for the mouthpieces, so yeah. Moving on to the figure. The helmet, like I said, not helmet, the head, normal Angry Clone face like usual. But the Soldier Pauldrons are actually from Emperor Palpatine. I think the Clone Wars version, which, if I'm being honest with you, that figure, I had it whenever I was young. It came apart, but then I found the head again. Kind of looks like a nut sack, if I'm being honest with you. But, you know, I guess that's the Clone Wars style that they're trying to emulate, and dear God, they failed on so many levels. But, still, shoulder pads. And he also does have the blue streak, along with the gray gauntlets, and these tiny little gray detailing. I don't know what that's meant to represent. I think it's like a communicator of some sort. But the normal torso is just the normal ARC Trooper. I think that's an ARC Trooper. I think so. But I did paint on the pauldron, kind of going down a little bit more with a little pad right here. I painted on this part because it used to be like a really light, like a baby blue, I guess. So I painted it gray, along with the blue streak going down the middle with a little, I guess like some of the missing blue because it's not really there in the show. Try to add more definition by putting little dark gray lines. While with the, here we go again with the little skirt piece. This used to be white. Let me pull out my white one. This is the white. I used like a black wash to make it like more of a gray because it's kind of like that in the show, like a dirty white. Sorry if my voice cracks. But just like Rex, I painted on the blue going along the edges, and he has like these little blue squares in the middle as well, so I painted that as well. But with this, I also painted on these little blue calf pads. I think they're on his calf. It's below the knee, pretty much. But he also does have his white boots, and he has a little gray detailing in the middle of the blue, along with the blue soles and the knee pads. That's pretty much it for Jesse. Rip, I guess. Rip Jesse. I'm just in my camera, sorry. Now let's move on to the Cyborg. Echo. I almost said Jesse again. Echo is probably the more unique clones in the showcase, probably because he actually has a different sort of helmet. It's not really different. I mean like in the mold, I guess. And there you go, Angry Clone Face. Once again, he's back at it. But with this, I actually took a Dremel tool, and I actually kind of went along the fin that you see on all the clones. A little fin going along here. And I just kind of made it like an indentation, kind of like a divot into the helmet, along with the blue streak with a little bit of a navy blue in there. He also does have this he really does look like he's looking upon everyone with just disdain or something like that. Like he's just really mad at them, I guess. I don't know, I just kind of find it weird that all the clones look disappointed. And, I mean, I guess you just can't tell what expression they have, so who cares. And the mouth, again. And that's just kind of like a little line going across with the curved edges. And then like little cheek detailing with a little bit of black in there. While on the side of the helmet, it's a light gray. With the figure, on the other hand, the figure does have a shoulder pad again, but not on this arm, because, well, I mean, he does, but I didn't sculpt it on, because I thought it was perfect. But, you know, I probably should have sculpted it, mainly because it's a little more like this one. Whew. He does have the blue streak going down on both shoulders, but I'll get this arm in a bit. With this arm, I actually just took a gray arm, painted on the white gauntlet with a communicator. I think that's communicator this time. I know that for sure. And a little light gray streak going down the middle. This is probably the part I'm most impressed with. Is this little skull he has. Hold on, let me see if I can get him up close to the camera so I can actually show you. This skull I'm actually impressed with, because I originally thought I would have to constantly repaint this, but no, I got on the first try, and I like the way it turned out. I just like the little skull, man. He also does have the blue streak going down the middle, and I might do the Bad Batch in the future, because I recently learned that they have like a little show going on at some point, I think. I just heard like rumors, so, you know, I'm gonna have to get more clone helmets. That's gonna be fun. I might use an Invincible Iron Man helmet for the big guy. I don't remember the names. Sorry. I'm on the camera. But he does have other little details, like this little, I don't know, ab-like detailing. It's kind of weird looking. But, I guess he's part of the Bad Batch. He's not really like all the other clones. So, you know, just stand that up. He also does have the light gray on the side and the little belt. Now let's get on to the arm. The arm, on the other hand, is just kind of like a normal robot arm. I got this one from Benny from Lego Movie 2. I didn't buy any of the sets. I only bought like one. I was paying like 1 or 2, I think. I don't know. But with this, I took a screwdriver and just kind of stuck it in there, because he does have like a little screwdriver arm. I didn't use Cyborg's arm because I thought that's a little too exaggerated. I painted on the white gauntlet. I think that's meant to be like a gauntlet, I don't know. Just the white bottom half of the arm. Well, I left this part gray, because that's what I guess it's like still the undershirt, like with here, with the little ab detailing thing. But I did paint on the blue streak as well. With the legs, on the other hand, I'm going to start putting them on here this time, because it's a lot easier to see them. I did paint on the white boots, and I used gray legs. I painted on the little black lines going down for, I guess that's meant to be like texture of some sort to the cloth, I don't know. I used to sew, but, you know, I kind of lost interest. I also continued the light gray lines going down the leg, along with this. This is what I meant by that blue streak from earlier. Just kind of going down and up. You know, I was mentioning that about Rex not having that. But that's pretty much it for Echo. Now let's move on to Bo. Keep that one on. Here's Bo-Katan. Probably the most simple one, if I'm being honest with you. See, I do like the way the helmet turned out. And she does have like the little female Mandalorian look to her. Actually, let me take off the helmet. Oh, wow, the whole figure just came off. We're keeping the helmet back on. That's a stand-in head, by the way. I just want to mention that. I may replace the head and do like a little hairpiece, maybe. Now, they have like this little thing. I don't know what this is used for. I guess for like aiming. They like bring it down and it's just like, ooh, I see him. And she does have like these little black lines at the top of the helmet. There we go. Like black lines at the top of the helmet. My window's open. That's the reason why there's so much light. She does have these little symbols on the side of the helmet. I don't know what that represents. She does have this little night owl. I think this is meant to be a night owl. Who knows? The fanboys know. She also does have this little blue streak going down the cheeks. And oh, well, she just fell like me out of my dad's hands. But she does have this little black detailing at the back. And no, like, back detailing because it wears a jetpack, but I'm not really going to make that weird jetpack she has. That weird little small one that kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, the new PS5. it looks like something that PS5. It looks like something that would come out the PS5, I guess. She does have a really simple torso detailing, by the way, and of course the neck of his face because she's a female. So, she does have the Mandalorian armor that's really simplified, and because that's how her armor is. Does have the yellow and black lines on the chest plate, along with the belt, and this little blue line underneath the head. I did sculpt on the shoulder pads along with this little gauntlet. You can somewhat see it if I turn it to the side, but I just kind of painted on the rest. I painted on this little symbol on the side, but now that I think about it, I don't know what it's meant to represent, but I think it's a night owl, but it kind of looks like the TIE fighter. So, I mean, I'm not good at small details like that, so I should probably paint on more detail onto the gauntlet, but not right now. I might do the update along with Ahsoka. She does have this little, I don't know, little lines going down the middle right here. I don't know what that's all about too. But here's one thing I'm never going to do. Side leg sculpting. I'm not doing this ever again because it restricts arm movement. I don't want to like scratch off the paint. Whew. But she does have the little knee pads, the little blue knee pads along with the blue streak going down right here. And then, of course, feet pads. I guess, I don't know, the shoes. That's it for Bo-Katan. Move on to Maul. Okay, so Maul is probably my favorite custom. Not out of, like, every custom I've done, because that's actually my General Grievous, which you saw in the introduction video. Sadly, his horn, like, one of his ears, I dropped him one day, his ear came off, so I had to resculpt that, even though it's made out of plastic, so I had to just resculpt it with Procreate. You know, it's sad, but I'll fix him at some point. Move you out the way. I'm gonna get the lightsaber out the way. I don't sculpt lightsabers, like I said. It's just the Monkey Kid hilt with the, like, sanded sides. I think I just hit him. Oh, it's like the little nose trick. Oh, hey, look, your shoes are untied, something like that. Just bop him in the nose. But I don't like to do sculpted heads. It's like what everybody else is doing and just sculpting a head. I don't like to do that because it's not my thing. So I just took the original Maul head from the book and I just painted the horns. Now you maybe say I'm devaluing it, but I really couldn't care. It's my figure because I don't like it when people say that. Like, you're gonna devalue the figure if you change it in a way. But I couldn't care what people say because I'm not selling my figures. Just like I'm not selling my Twitch. But for some reason, the original version of mine had like really droopy eyes. So I had to like fix that. So I painted the eyes and I had to keep like scratching it off, putting it back on. And it didn't scratch any of the printing. It just kind of scratched off the paint and I had to keep doing that over and over until I actually got the eyes. And I like the way it turned out because now he's actually looking straight and not looking down and just looking straight with its one eye, because this was the really droopy one. Kind of reminds me of like a chameleon. But one of my friends, like machinist, because originally I didn't have like enough cloth to connect them over the shoulders. But I did get more cloth. This used to be white. Then I just painted it black. Whew, I need to breathe. But I did make them go over the shoulder and onto the back. I made this like a darker brown because that's how it doesn't show, because it's not like a gray. I had to keep looking at so many images. It was so difficult. But with the front and the back, I do have, some more cloth going across. I don't usually use E-tape, but I might at some point to make like jackets. I don't know. You know, get inspiration from Legomatic. I think that's his name. But I did do like a little skirt piece of some sort. I did take an inspiration from Michael MGF. But that's the type of tan I used originally. Maybe I can get like some good lighting. I don't know. It does have like little, oh wait, hold on, I'm showing the back, I'm an idiot. It does have like little gray detailing so I can somewhat see. And that's pretty much it for that. He does have pockets, by the way. And of course, the metal legs. You know what, why don't we just keep him in half since he already got chopped in half? Why don't we just leave him like that? Dang, bro. When they say go break your leg, they don't mean go chopping off your legs. That didn't make any sense. But he does have the little knee pads as well through his legs, and just a lot of the detailing. There's some of the black outlines I kind of like to paint down the black and then put on the gray. So I'm gonna have detail. Oh yeah, by the way, if you really want to paint on the black torso or any other color, but you want to use red, put down a coat of white and then paint on the red, because it makes it stick out a lot better. It's what I did for my sig fig and with Gar Saxon. Speaking of which, let's get on to him. Leave you in half. Alright, final figure, and my least favorite. Why, you may ask? Because the helmet. This helmet gave me hell because this visor. This damn visor. I couldn't get right. Every single time I would try and fix this, it would always turn out to be a little too thick, like a little too big, and a little too thin. So I just landed on this, and I'm leaving it like this until I can change it. Sorry for the voice crack. But I took a normal Mandalorian helmet, I sculpted on the horns, painted the gray, painted on the, put a white base, then, actually, like I said, stand-in helmet, not helmet, head. Whew, but with this, I actually put on a white coat, put on the red detailing on the forehead, then brought down the black line, put on the gray cheeks, like little gray lines on the cheeks and the ear-like things, and painted on the red part under his eyes, or visor, I guess. You gotta advisor that. I'm so funny. Not really, though. But this is the one that probably gave me the most hell because the torso detailing and the arms and all that. I couldn't get a good shot of his legs, so I couldn't tell if they were like gray or not. But, you know, life finds a way, so I found some images, thank God. But I couldn't get, like, good side views of the leg. Let's get this out of the way. It's just kind of like a T. And he just has normal boots, because, like I said, couldn't get any good shots. But, yeah, I might go back, try and find some good images. Because you can't screenshot over streaming surfaces. It just turns out black, so that's reasonable. And he has, like, little gray lines going down and a little belt. But with this torso, I had to paint, like, the white base onto a black torso. Then I had to paint the red. Then I had to take some more black, thin it out a little bit. And then I had to, like, put on this because I've got this right here. I had to put on, like, some gray lines just to show more detail. And the red and yellow part in the middle and on the chest plate. And just some other little dark gray detailing on the side. With the arms, I think out of all these characters, oh yeah, I forgot to mention Maul also has the gauntlets and shoulder pads. I think of all the characters, Ahsoka is the only one who doesn't have shoulder pads in the showcase. And I think she got shot in the shoulder. Wow. Anyways, but I did paint on these little T looking things, but it's not exactly like a T. I don't know, the right angle looking things. But like I said, white base, well actually no, black base, then a white base for the red. For the gauntlets, I didn't sculpt them on, I actually just painted them on because I honestly forgot to. But he has this little yellow dot for the communicator, and he has the little red marking going across. Can be said for the same on this side, but just kind of red, and that's pretty much it for that. But he does have the jetpack. I used to put this on Bo-Katan, but then I realized she doesn't really have that jetpack anymore like in Rebels. But I think that is pretty much it for the showcase, actually. So let's wrap this up. Anyways, that is it for this showcase. If you want me to make other Clone Wars characters from Clone Wars, then please tell me. I am already working on Cody, Wolf, and they're going to be in their phase 2, along with, well, I actually have them done. I'm going to be doing them in the Revenge of the Sith thing, freaking, I can't think of the word, showcase, but Wolf isn't going to be in there, obviously, because Clone Wars character. But I do have characters like Gregor, Gree, and I'm trying to think of another one. I think that's it. But I have them, so I'm probably going to show them off at some point. I might, like I said, I might do the, what's it called? Bad Batch. But right now, I am working on other characters like Obi-Wan and Anakin for my Revenge of the Sith. So, can't wait for that. But I also do have characters like Shakti, just kind of here. I gotta wait on that new Ahsoka. My AT, I think it's like an AAT or something. I don't know, like, the names of some of the vehicles. I know some, but not all. But I gotta wait on that for, like, that Shakti hairpiece, because, well, not hairpiece, tailpiece, but all of the longer ones are pretty expensive, and I'm not gonna even try because it's like $10 for that one piece. It's pretty expensive. And plus, if I buy multiples of those, I can have like one Ahsoka that's the same, and just use the parts for the rest, like for other characters. I guess, I don't know. I might keep the Ahsokas the same since, I bought the Firestar Toys head, so I don't really need the head. But I will be buying those 332nd Troopers. That's weird to say, 332nd. Ugh. But yeah, that's pretty much it. My character does get hurt in all of these, but just to make sure this is for kids, damn ass hell, I'm just doing that just to make sure. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I just had to hurt my character. He always gets hurt.